How effective are you going to be when you fight and you're not fighting from a position of victory or position of hope?
They think guys are abstaining. They're not. It's because they just can't get that access.
Almost all of us were shown some form of pornography at a young age.
They're going to help you manage all of this data, but it's really an access point.
What was the most influential sources to the Founding Fathers? 34% of all the quotes they identified came out of the Bible.
We have accounted for every single terrorist cell that we know that hates America have crossed over.
Have they been captured?
No.
We're now in a war of narratives versus the truth.
For COVID, that treatment strategy came to me as an answer to prayer in a dream.
25 to 47% of all trafficking is familial.
Right.
Now it's
In the U.S.
In the U.S. Now it's the caregiver. So yes, let's highlight the evil. We do. But let's speak hope. Good day, everybody. It's good to be back. We've had a really busy season, but we are back in the saddle with the bottom line, and we'll be more consistent in bringing you content, definitely on some subject matter, on some of the things we've been tackling. Very busy in policy recently, defending children, fighting trafficking, writing policy, going from state to state to what seems to me being an exercise of trying to bring some equilibrium, reminding people that sanity needs to be in the building. And some of the bills that are floating around that we have to write, you would have never thought that you would have to write a bill for people to not sexually exploit children in a classroom, or normalizing something like prostitution in the state of California. That's a show coming up. We're going to talk about the decriminalization of prostitution soon. But today I want to tackle something that I really think speaks to the young male and the female. We're going to have biblical reference here, but I want to talk about isolation. And I've pondered through this and I've prayed through this over time, and really didn't know we were going to do that show today. To be honest with you, I had something else on my mind, but I think the timing is right. I think if we look at the United States and where we're going, things are geared up and intentionally pointed at people to separate people from real connection, true connection. We've got movements. I mean, my goodness, we've got movements. Movements are sweeping across the nation. We saw radical movements in Black Lives Matter. We saw movements in the Me Too movement, and now there's revival breaking out in America. We're talking about revival, Ashbury and Kentucky and Tennessee, and now even in Texas on college campuses, and it's movements. My question is, within the movement, is anybody connected? Is anybody truly connected to another person? Are they truly connected to the cause? Truly connected to the cause, which means you can defend it. It means that you can have more than a soundbite on why are you here? What are you doing? Why are you wearing that shirt? Why are you showing up? Why are you setting a building on fire? Why are you marching? Why are you striking, protesting? Why? And I'm finding they can't tell you. Unfortunately, not even why you at Ashbury. Maybe because they don't know how hungry they are for God. And they're just so desperate that they want to feel something. And so I get back to it's the culture of feeling. It's a culture that wants you to make them feel good. It's a culture that does not want you to make their feelings hurt. It's a culture that doesn't really want to feel deep sorrow and sadness and pain, or even true, real, liberated joy for that matter. It just kind of wants enough Novocaine to numb the pain and just float a little bit. It's also the puff, puff, let's smoke anything we can to feel happy generation, and we're trying to legalize drugs. And look, it's just this state of not even ecstasy, just let me be, and I just want to not be in touch with reality or really deeply connect with people. So I'm watching our culture live in public in isolation. And I think when I did some homework and some study on studies of isolation, particularly post-COVID, I'll pull one up here real quick on my phone because, Rebecca, I didn't give you this one, but this is Penn Medicine. No, I don't know that anybody in the United States would consider University of Penn to be conservative, right? And we could probably agree that Penn Medicine works particularly closely with Big Pharma and the FDA and the WHO and all these people. And I'm going to read you a headline, news release, Penn Medicine. Why social isolation can bring a greater risk of illness. It's kind of interesting. Now you have to ask yourself, when was that article written? Surely was that article written in 2022? No, that article was written June 26, 2017. And I bring it up for a reason. Because Penn believed, Penn Medicine, and now we can quote UCLA and Vanderbilt, and we can go on and on and on and on. Into the scholars, pre-COVID, the understanding and the belief with logic and truth was, it is not good to isolate. Then COVID happened, and they broke the world. They shut the world down. And now we're living in a post-COVID culture where they're trying to justify isolation. Make it a good thing. Don't go deep in friendships and relationships. Hold your cards close to your vest. But virtue signal to the world that you're part of the movement. Don't dig into the movement because we don't want you truly informed because you may not agree with the movement. We just need you to not think. And don't really connect, but show up. Wear the t-shirt, show up, have the flag, but nothing deeper than that, though. So there's this thing happening now where those powers are trying to convince young men that to be masculine, you will ultimately fall into depression because you'll isolate yourself. And they're trying to attach masculinity to isolation. Never before in history, trust me, is there a single data set or data point or any empirical data that being masculine isolated a man, ostracized him into obscurity, where he became depressed and ultimately contemplated taking his own life. That is absolute hogwash. But why not? Why not in the middle of a movement when you've completely emasculated men tell them, if you dare be masculine, we're going to publish articles. And the scholars now, the same scholars that published articles in 2017 that said isolation is actually a risk to your health, is now saying masculinity is a risk to your health because you're going to be isolated. No. See, being masculine, you're not going to be isolated. They want to isolate you. They want to push you into obscurity. Every single young guy watching this, you should rage at this moment in your spirit because they're coming against your very DNA, the very thing you are, a masculine male by design to protect and defend, to stand up, to stand in the gap, to stand for righteousness, to protect the voiceless and the victims and the downtrodden. No, they're now trying to convince you, and successfully, because they do it in concert. They release these publications. Can you pull something up? Just type in, and this is random, you can do it. Just type in masculinity and isolation, and let's see what pops up. And I'm going to show you the nonsense published. And then I'm going to show you the Word of God. Let's see. Disabling masculinity. The isolation of a captive audience. And they go in, who's this? University of Leeds in the UK. Pull up another one, Rebecca, if you don't mind. I just want to fly through some of these articles real quick. Just want to show. what's coming up. Toxic masculinity and the loneliness epidemic. Right? Toxic masculinity. Mind you, I just told you they can't tell you why they do what they do. They can't define toxic masculinity. Now, all masculinity is toxic according to them. If you dare be a man and say, I'm born a heterosexual male from birth, and these are my dispositions and the things I like, and there's some things all guys like, and there's a natural contender inside me that wants to compete and wants to be called up and rise to the challenge. No. Don't do that. According to these articles, show me a couple more, please. Oh, no. You're going to be lonely, and you may completely just lose all hope, and you may just want to off yourself. No, that's not a thing, by the way. That is not a thing. Never in my life, in any locker room where I've ever been, around all the hundreds of thousands of dudes and guys I've been around with playing sport in my life on continents, has it ever been a thing where the masculine guy is just lonely and isolates himself? It's quite the opposite. No, see, it's the guy that does not have the ability to get in touch with who he is truly, primally. See, it's the guy that's in a relationship and he's neutered. See, it's the guy that's in a friendship circle and he's ostracized because he can't be himself. No, see, it's the guy who's wrapped up by his mother who wants to raise a daughter and not a son. That's the guy that ends up lonely. That's the guy like Dylan and Scott, Columbine, that contemplates how to go and perform a mass shooting because of isolation, because they lived in the dark chambers playing Xbox and PlayStation with the curtains drawn, no oxygen, no friendship circles, no competition with other males, no testosterone flowing, and then that energy's got to go somewhere. So they're either going to hurt somebody or hurt themselves. It's not the masculine guy that can go out there and have a purpose in life and fight for a job and hunt for a job and go out there and say, I'm going to contribute to the community. Heck, just take the trash out. Do something this is what guys do. Not saying a girl can't do it. Not saying a girl can't take the trash out or drive NASCAR. But it's not normal. It's not a general disposition for girls to want to go race cars or cut the grass, mow the lawn, take an axe and split wood. Sure, some, but for the most part. My 3-year-old son is like Bam Bam, grabs a bat and hits the stuff his sisters want to protect. When a guy is not allowed to do that, that's when they'll isolate. And you got to be careful. Because when a man starts isolating, destruction is on the horizon. When a warrior and a soldier start isolating, like the monks, when someone in the martial arts starts isolating, something is about to get smashed. Something is about to happen. See, that's what a prime athlete does. For me, 30 minutes before a game, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Nobody. Not the quarterback, not the other player. You leave me alone. I'm going into a zone. I am intentionally isolating because I'm about to go do damage. It is not good for men to isolate. But they know that. They know it. The same people, Penn Medicine, that wrote the article in 2017 that all of a sudden just became stupid. And all data for 100, 200 years in this country is now just lost in medicine. And all of a sudden isolation is a good thing, which it's not. It's not. I can pull you the numbers. Suicide went through the roof through COVID. Domestic violence, trafficking, child suicide, depression. But they know that it works. They know that if they convince you or shame you as a young guy to not be a guy, and that doesn't mean act stupid and abuse women. That's not a guy. That's not a man. That's a coward. Let's just set that straight. Being a man is one who defends and protects. Being a man is one who has chivalry. Yes. Oh, the girls who want the body count. You know what? You're going to beg for a man that honors you when you hit your 40s and 45 and 50s. So be careful acting so stupid in your 20s and your 30s, and you just want to sleep with anything and the hot dude. You're going to beg for the guy that actually sees your value and would defend your value and your honor, and more so, your daughter's honor and your daughter's virtue. But oh no, you're not going to have that guy. Why? Because we're neutered them. All of them. We're now telling them, can you pull a couple more for me, please? If you dare be masculine, you're going to die. You're going to off yourself because you're going to be isolated. No, they want to isolate you. They would relegate every masculine man in this country to an island if they could. Why? Because you're a threat to dysfunction. You're a threat to anarchy. You're a threat to control. You're a threat to communism. You're a threat to them imposing their will on your family. So they must eliminate you. And how do they do that? They tell you the very thing that will liberate you will keep you captive. What is this? What is that? Who wrote this? Tell me who wrote this. I don't know who that is. 211 Los Angeles, I guess. Can you pull that back up for me, Rebecca? Toxic masculinity is fueling an epidemic of loneliness. How convenient. That's CBS, right? Think. They don't want you to think. We don't even... Can we dive into this article a little bit? Can you scroll down? I haven't read this article. Let's see. Scroll down for me. I don't know. This could get back. No, there's nothing further. There's just a statement and a video. Pull up another one for me, please, Rebecca. There's a proactive movement to tell men that if you're masculine, you're going to end up lonely. Not true. Not true. The U.S. is experiencing a friendship. Look at this. Dan, can you go to this camera angle, please? Men have fewer friends than ever. And it's harming their health. This is Vox. The highlight by Vox, online magazine. The U.S. is experiencing a friendship recession, and American men have been hit the hardest. Yeah, why? You've told them, like a turtle, to draw into their shell, to pull away from who they are, to take the competitive nature out of culture. We compete as men. We compete in everything. Subconsciously, we do. The primal instinct says, mark your territory. Defend your territory. Culture is saying, no. No. You can't be a man. Research shows that social isolation can weaken the immune system and make someone more likely to suffer from a variety of ailments. Alzheimer's, sleep deprivation, high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, cancer, inflammation. Please keep going, Rebecca. Some mental health experts, like psychology professor Niobe Way, think the growing isolation of American men is also contributing to societal violence. Wow. Almost like I just told you that a couple minutes ago. When a man isolates, something bad is about to happen. Or could it maybe, just maybe, could it be that they know if they emasculate you and they ostracize you and they push you into obscurity and isolation, that you're going to go do something stupid? Which may include gun violence, physical violence, so that they can say, see, men are evil. See, the Second Amendment is bad. If you don't know it yet, Let the bottom line be here to tell you, as a first, which I can't believe that it could be, you are, in fact, today, what is the date? Is it March 1st? No. Where are we? February 28th. Oh, that's right. February 28th. You are, in fact, part of a social engineering experiment in the United States. You are part of the experiment. We are so deep into this experiment, we're calling men women and women men. We're telling children that they can pick a gender like they're picking candy in 7-Eleven. And then they can change it tomorrow, and there's no consequence. No. You don't need to dig into this. You don't need to study the data that says 88% of people that transition want to retransition. As a matter of fact, if you want to be a man, you're going to be isolated. You're going to get depressed. You're going to get heart disease. You will get depressed if you isolate. You're going to get heart disease if you isolate. And you're going to do something stupid. There's going to be damage if you isolate. But it's not masculinity that's going to make you isolate. And I'll say it over and over and over. I'm not talking about a guy doing whatever he wants. I'm talking about a man. Can you pull up a scripture for me on isolation, please? I want to anchor this just for a second. This is Proverbs 18, verse 1. New King James. That's what I read. Side note, enough people have messed with the Bible over the years and trying to find the purest form that's we can communicate. I'd read King James, but most people don't understand it. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. A man who isolates himself seeks his own desire. He rages against all wise judgment. I didn't say it. That's not Vox magazine. That's the word. The word. So, whether you isolate because culture left you behind as a young male, you are not dating, you're going through a divorce, you are stuck in pornography. Uh-oh. Well, let me quickly help you here. Here's a statistic for you. Predominantly, over 80% of men, well over, that are truly in pornography, isolate. They stop talking. They stop social interaction. So when you saw that graph, that little animated graph of friendship is in a decline, there's a recession in male friendship. Do you know why? They're stuck in porn. They're stuck in porn and nobody tells them it's not okay. They're stuck in porn and some of the church even tells them, well, porn doesn't hurt anybody. It hurts everybody. And you know who it hurts the most? The one viewing it. You as a guy, if you're in porn, stop immediately. Your health risk is not being masculine. And you go, well, Jaco, it's masculine to watch porn. No, it's not. You're not a man when you watch porn. I'm sorry, dude. You are not a man when you watch porn. You may be male, but you're not a man. A man of God defends, covers, protects the innocence of women. Remember, I'll be graphic with you. The porn you watch as a man, you think you're a man. You're also watching naked dudes. Okay? You're watching an intimate interaction in a scene that's not for your eyes. Just like your intimate scene is not for someone else's eyes. You're not supposed to see it. Heck, for as long as I can remember, and there was a while when I thought, man, am I just being weird? Because I just couldn't do this. And I'm not throwing shade on my friends here that could do it, but I couldn't do it. Whenever we would see a dog mount, a male dog mount a female dog in public, or in Africa, a lion, an elephant, monkeys, I don't know why, for as long as I can remember, I can't watch. I can't watch. And my friends would make fun of it, and they go, "Oh, look, he's humping her." And I go, I can't watch. It's just something in me that just goes, that's not my moment. I'm intruding. Number one, I am, because I'm in Africa in the woods. I'm truly intruding. It's not like it's happening in the middle of the street in the city of Johannesburg. So I'm intruding. You're intruding. You are intruding when you watch another person engage in the act of sex, and they are intruding into your private space. They're intruding into your life, into your true masculinity. You want to know how to be masculine? Get out of porn. You know how to be masculine? And next show I'm doing, deal with temptation. Don't give in to it. That's masculine. Cover someone else's shame. Cover sin, but tell them, depart from it. You know who was a man? A man's man. A real man. You know what a real man is? A guy that can rage like a lion. That can destroy someone that stands in front of him. That has the skill, any attitude, any aptitude, and the mental capacity and the physical ability to destroy somebody, and then they choose not to. That's a man. A man that could, if he wanted to, throw his wife across the room and bounce her head off a wall. He could if he wanted to, but he will not let that get a hold of him because he's in control of his rage. That's a man, not a boy. A man that has temptation to go, I want to engage in pornography and see people savagely gang raped, their dignity stripped from them. Now, you know what? Today I'm going to be a man. And I'm going to wrestle with my own flesh. But I'm not going to intrude in that person's privacy. That's a man. Guy that says, my bad. That one's on me. I own it. I need correction. Now watch me come back. That's a man. A guy that can discipline and love, steward, guard, serve. But oh boy, when the bell rings and it is time to let the tiger out of the cage, and with control and contemplation and non-isolation, go do some damage when damage needs to be done. When you need to defend and protect, serve, stand in, that's a man. A man is not somebody that's buying into this social engineering experiment that if you're a man and you're masculine, you're going to want to commit suicide because it's toxic. You're going to go into isolation. Here's the truth, like Satan, they're speaking to you. You're going to go into isolation because they want to isolate you if you let them. And then you will get depressed. And then you're going to go do damage to your marriage, to your life, to your job, to yourself, to your relationship. So yeah, male friendship is in the decline. It is. Because they are being isolated. And men are isolating because you've taken the bait. Now, what does this look like? Does this look like you walk up to the next woman and say, I'm a man? No. Again, that's not a man. That's an idiot. It is contemplating on the Word of God, saying, who am I? Why am I made to defend and protect? And no, you cannot be a woman. I don't care what you think, man. There's truth. I care not about the Me Think Too movement or make me feel good movement, or my emotions trumps all truth movement, or my feelings can't get hurt movement. I could not care less about your feelings, or my feelings for that matter. Truth. You cannot be a woman. You can cut it off, nip it, tuck it, sew it, strap it on. You cannot. And you cannot be a man, for the women listening. You cannot. Your identity is in Christ. Your identity is cemented. It's concrete. We need it. We need you to be who God created you to be. Not, created me fluid. How's that working out for you? How's that working out for this experiment, for our nation? Oh, that's right. Male suicide through the roof. Divorce through the roof. Pornography through the roof. Sex trafficking through the roof. America, the number one nation on earth buying sex with children. You think that's men? Think that's a man? Oh, they're males. They're males. At a molecular level, DNA, they're males, but they're not men. A man does not abuse a child. Bonnie Tyler. I guarantee you did not know that was going to come out of my mouth. Bonnie Tyler had a song, "Where have all the good men gone? And where are all the guns? Where's that white knight Hercules? Where have all the good men gone? And oh, they're coming for your guns." The only thing needed for evil to exist is for good men to do nothing. And when good men do nothing, they become weak men. And then culture pushes them into what? Isolation. See, they will take the very thing that's going to come in alignment with your identity, actually being masculine, and they're going to tell you that that's bad for you, that you should refrain from that. You should not want that. No, dude. You should not like hitting a golf ball hard. You should not like going to the racetrack. You should not like playing flag football, watching football, barbecue, getting your hands dirty, swinging an axe, working outside, grown men playing with toys like a TLB, digging holes in the dirt. No. You should not like that. Resist that. It's toxic. Toxic. It's not good for society, they tell you. Meanwhile, it's exactly what God the doctor is ordering for our culture. For men and women to be who God created them to be, according to His word and His design, not fluidity. And then when you take that bait and you shy back just a bit, and come on now, dudes, you've done this. Well, I don't want an argument. I'm not saying argue, but you can make an intellectual statement based on truth and stand on it and say, I'm not moving, man. Call me what you want, but I'm not taking the bait to walk away from who I was created to be, because that will make me depressed. But that's what they want for you. And who's they? Who's they? No, it's not just the President of the United States. Come on. There's not enough power there. Do you not know of the 300 families that control the world? Do you not know the power of Davos and the World Economic Forum? Do you not know about the globalist plan? Do you not know that Adolf Hitler himself was a product of the plan? Do you not know that the Second World War threw a monkey wrench in the plan because Hitler was supposed to win to execute the plan? Do you not know that they revived the plan in the late 40s and they're standing it up, and oh boy, it's standing up straight. Sexualizing kids, driving fathers out of the home, decimating the black family, Getting people dependent on the dole. How's it working out for you, London? Huh? UK? How's the dole working for you? For you, those of you in America don't know what the dole is. It's the welfare system. Mind you, by the way, no civilization that's ever crossed 50% ever got it back. America crossed 50% of Americans that now take government assistance. You think that just happens? You think people just wake up when they're 5 years old saying, you know what, I think I'll live off the government when I'm an adult? No. No, they coerced you into it. They shamed you into it. They made you think that you're not capable. You can't defend yourself. You can't fend for your family. You can't hold a job. We're going to lower the requirements for you to pass 5th grade because you just can't make it. That's how you break a culture. That's not how you build a culture. You know how you build a culture? Here's the bar, buddy. Go for it. Didn't make it. We're going to help you. And help you. Aspire higher. Dream higher. Be a man. Well, what's a man, Dad? That's the right question. And then you lay down the foundation of what a man really is. And I'll tell you again, he's one who's going to honor, defend, protect, champion women. A real man's never going to utter the word, I can be a woman. He would never want to be. Because he understands his role. He would not utter those words in dishonor to women. It is dishonoring to women for a man to say, I can be a woman. It is an absolute disgrace to women. It strips women from all value. It nullifies what sets them apart, what makes them unique. Now that's toxic? That's toxic. You're in the experiment. Don't fail it. We're failing because we're complying. We're failing because we're going, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe there's no men. Maybe I'll just go sit in the corner. Maybe I'll just go get depressed. Maybe I just isolate them. Maybe you'll just kill yourself. Or go hurt some other people so that they can say, see? If you're a father and you have sons, I say you call your sons today and you guys recalibrate. You start writing a decree for your family. Come to Watchman Warrior events, our Watchman Warrior events. Go to Jaco Booyens Ministries.org, helpjbm.org, and go sign up for a Watchman Warrior event. Mom, send your sons, send your husbands. Get these guys out of the house. Get them back in touch with nature again. Let them do the things that are good for them. Talking about good for you. I don't know where you've been. You may be supporting Starbucks. If you like Starbucks, I don't judge you, but let me tell you, they may not be supporting the stuff that you care about. Storyville Coffee. If you ever heard of Storyville, #1 roaster in America. Yes, they're in Seattle. They're dominating. If you're ever in Seattle, go to the Storyville store. You've never in your life tasted a cinnamon roll like that or a cup of coffee. And you can order this coffee straight to your house. I subscribe. I get 2 bags every 3 weeks. And it's stunning. It's incredible espresso. It's incredible coffee. It is fresh. Their roaster is one of the best roasters literally in America, maybe in the world. And the heart of this company is pure. They help us fight human trafficking. When you drink Storyville coffee, you are literally saving children's lives. I mean, come on. What did your coffee do this morning? It gave you a boost, but did it save a life? I'll show you how a lot of coffee plantations actually have slave labor. Storyville focuses on loving everybody. Love everybody. Love is the answer. But please check out Storyville Coffee. Go subscribe. Get some bags in the mail. It's great for espresso. There's even a decaffeinated, which I don't understand. I will tell you that. I don't get that. I mean, I don't get that's like flag football. Why bother? We got to hit people. I mean, you got to drink coffee. You got to feel the punch, right? It's got to do something for you, man. Oh, I love the smell. I do too, but I like the kick as well. So, I drink nothing else. Water, coffee. Check out Storyville, please. For us, help us fight trafficking and defend children. When you buy Storyville bag of coffee, Storyville is lockstep with us to defend children. I want to close today with this. Maybe a tough episode for you to listen to. You may go, "When? What is this guy's problem? He's on my case." I'm going to be on your case. I'm going to be on your case because I want you to live to your full potential. Stop settling. Stop not dreaming. Stop not being a woman, a wonderful, amazing woman and a man of God. Wake up the masculinity in you. Be a real man. Train your sons how to be real men. Come on, we need you guys. If you see a day in my life in facing the sexual brokenness in this nation, we need men. Ladies, I promise I'll do a show where we'll focus on you. But we did honor you in this show. We did. And I honor women. I was raised by a single mom, got a sister and 2 daughters, and an amazing wife. But golly, we need men. We need real friendship again, brother to brother. Invest in one another's lives. Ask the tough questions. That's how you build bonds, by the way. Do you know why the guys don't have friendship? Because they are not honest with one another. They don't challenge one another. They don't talk about the real things. They're relegated to talk about superficial, superfluous things that don't matter in the long run. I want guys to have fundamental conversation again about the things that are breaking our culture and how you're going to fix it in your community and in your home and in your life. God bless you. Thank you. See you next time.